And we are in the midst of a winter storm impacting central Indiana. Check out this live view from I-70 near downtown. We're tracking the snow when it moves out and how much we are anticipating falling.
Plus, we're hitting the streets of central Indiana as crews are cleaning up some of the overnight snow. We're checking on the road conditions if you do have to head out in a few hours.
And we're not the only ones seeing severe weather here across the country, with this snow now impacting millions of Americans. We're going to break down how they're bracing for the storm that's just getting started. Live from 13 News, you're up with Sunrise. Good Sunday morning to you, everyone. 6 o'clock on the dot. Thanks for getting your Sunday started with us here on 13 Sunrise. I'm Matthew Foltz alongside a big crew today. We got Lindsay here. We got Sean, Ash, and Jalea with us. And we got a lot to get to because we really want to make sure you guys are safe as we continue to monitor this storm.
Yeah, I know. Usually when it looks like this outside, the message is stay home if you don't have to be out. But we know the reality is that some people do have to get out, about on the roads. You've seen what the roads look like already. Kind of eerie.
Well, look, if you're going to have a winter storm, let's have it on a Sunday.
That's true.
Kids can get out there hopefully and enjoy it too. And we got a long way to go, Lindsay.
Oh, yeah.
We got a long way to go.
Just kidding. Fired up here across the area. Now, this started yesterday evening. Rob was with you. We've been with you during the overnight. We're going to be with you all day today. First, I wanted to start with a look at I-70. Now, Sean's in with us this morning. He's going to keep you posted on any crashes, any traffic and road updates throughout the morning. So I'm just briefly going to show you this camera. He's going to go more in depth. But just to show you what a main thoroughfare looks like right now. This is I-70 near Sherman Drive, a very typical route that a lot of folks take. It's just kind of eerie at this point to see so few vehicles out there, but that's a good thing. We want to allow the plows and the road crews to get out there and do as much work as possible so that we're not in their way. But we're getting to the point where the snow is coming down at such a clip that it's going to be very difficult, if not impossible, to keep up with the snow that is falling at the rates that it is and keep the roads clear. So we're starting to see this snowfall stack up on top of what's already been plowed even at this point. And we're starting to see some of these heavier snow bands set up as well. Temperatures are going to hold steady today in between about 9 degrees where we're at right now and 15 later today, so not a big adjustment temperature-wise. The colder it is, the more fluffier the snow is going to be and the more it's going to start to stack up. Check out some of these heavier snow bands setting up right now. Where you see some of these darker blues, this is your looping radar over the past 45 minutes. That's where the snowfall rate has increased to nearly an inch and a half per hour. Quickly going to come down, we've got a secondary snow band that just set up over Owen County over on the west side of the state. So here's a look up in Carmel this morning. Want to keep you updated with some of these views. 8 degrees there, heavy snow actively falling, covering all of those paved surfaces. Starting to see some drifting over in Connorsville. Live look at downtown Main Street in Connorsville right now. Seen a couple plows come through there, but it quickly just gets covered right back up. And as far as what's to come, well, we've got this major ice storm still unfolding to our south. Heavier snow still setting up to our southwest. That's all headed in our direction. So we're going to keep the snow going with us. Here's 10 o'clock this morning on through about noon today. We might see it ease up about 2 o'clock, but then it will filter right back in and then eventually taper off from west to east after about 6 p.m. Still thinking 8 to 12 inches across the area. We're going to keep you updated on snowfall totals as well as some bitter cold that moves in when this system moves out. But Sean, these roads, we're getting to the point where it's just going to be very difficult to keep them clear.
No, I mean, look, and they're going to be out with the plows, Lindsay, but the bottom line here is this, you mentioned it, it's the snow rates. We're not going to be able to keep up with it. They'll get them plowed, and at times, that's what you'll have. You'll have a nice plowed snow-packed road, but then there's going to be times when the snow rates are so heavy that you're going to run into some issues. We've got a few of the reports on the map here. They're stalled vehicles. We did get a report of a jackknife semi a couple hours ago up near Lafayette, and you can see real slow going here on 65 through Bartholomew County, and that's pretty much going to be the theme. Show you a couple of cameras here. You mentioned it was eerie, and it is. This is I-74. There's a vantage point, and this is 465 Washington Street on the west side. So slow going. We'll keep you updated here. Much more snow to go as we make our way through it this morning.
All right, we'll see you then, Sean. Well, we know the road conditions are likely to get worse as this snow continues to come down.
Yeah, as they were just explaining, it's why the Indiana Department of Homeland Security is updating that travel advisory map. So most of the state is in yellow on this map, if you're able to check that out on their website. So that means that routine travel, errands, things like that, will be restricted because of hazardous situations.
Yeah, then you'll have an orange section, which is a watch. So that means only essential travel is allowed for emergencies to and from work. And then, of course, red signals is a warning. That means you should not travel if you don't have to. So, of course, we have more information on that on our website right now at WTHR.com. In the meantime, we are continuing to monitor roads this morning.
Let's get to our Marina Silva, who is tracking what it looks like on Fall Creek Parkway right now. Tell us what you're seeing. Good morning.
Good morning, Matthew and Julia. Yes, we're on Fall Creek Parkway right now, and as you can imagine, there's a lot of snow on the roads right now. It's a lot and enough that there is some traction on the roads, but we are still seeing some sliding. I know we've been on the roads for a little while and we've even slid a little bit. We have seen some people slide when they're taking turns in the intersection. So if you're going to get out on the roads, be very careful. Now, I did just watch an update from the Indiana State Police. They say calls were steady overnight. They didn't get too many calls, but they're attributing that to likely not a lot of people on the snow overnight, especially again overnight, and then it being a Sunday. Visibility is still low. They're reminding everybody though to clear all your snow off your car, because if you're driving, all of that snow on top of your car, that could hit the car behind you. So you're going to want to be very careful with that. Once we've hit 4 inches of snow, Indy DPW says that they could start deploying contractors. Right now, they're focused on these main thoroughfares. So Fall Creek right now, that is a main thoroughfare. That's what's going to get plowed first. We have seen a couple plows already. On my way into work, I was already seeing plows, and that was overnight. So crews are out working. You're going to want to be safe on the roads. If you do need to get to it, I will send it back to you guys in studio, and we'll keep watching.
Thank you, Marina. Yeah, we can see people still riding with their hazards on, just trying to take it slow out there. We're going to check in with you soon there. Well, a major winter storm obviously requires a major response at the state level, as we've seen so far. But Indiana has opened its Emergency Operations Center.
So right now, multiple state agencies are working together on a plan as this storm progresses. Our Ashton Hackman is breaking down how they're getting ready.
It's all hands on deck as a historic winter storm moves across central Indiana. You're getting a look inside the Emergency Operations Center for the state of Indiana. It's where multiple state agencies, including the federal level, come together under one roof to make sure Hoosiers stay safe as the storm hits. Ahead of drivers trying to get traction or plows hitting snow-covered roads, Indiana has activated its Emergency Operations Center, the state's most critical agencies under one roof.
Anyone that would have a role in public safety associated with one of these events has a seat in this room.
National Weather Service, NDOT, and Indiana State Police monitor road conditions and traffic statuses. Extra eyes to find stranded motorists and for monitoring warming centers. State workers on 12-hour shifts, so help is there when needed.
And when we have these kind of events, we know that there are certain cascading impacts that are going to happen. The top priority for this and all the people in this room are the protection of lives and property. So that is always this room's priority, is the public safety of the citizens of Indiana.
The biggest message, stay off the roads.
When they go out and they get stranded, then I have to put other first responders in critical crisis situations to go out and rescue those folks. So please listen to your local officials.
Officials urging Hoosiers to stay home as the winter storm bears down. In Indianapolis, Ashton Hackman, 13 News.
And right now, Governor Mike Braun is declaring a state of emergency for the state in response to the winter storm.
This means the Department of Homeland Security is responsible for coordinating the emergency response efforts in our state.
And we also know President Trump is approving the state of emergency status for multiple states. That includes right here in Indiana. The president says the federal government is working with FEMA, governors, and state emergency management teams right now to figure out who needs help.
All right, we're also keeping an eye on airport delays right now. This is the site FlightAware that is showing more than 10,000 cancellations across the country.
Yeah, we know Reagan National, Richmond International, and Philadelphia have all canceled over 90% of their flights. And of course, those are all on the East Coast as this storm continues to move there. Meanwhile, over 4,000 delays are reported across the country.
So that's across the country, but here in Indy, We see about 123 cancellations so far and 2 delays. 56 of those are on Republic Airlines, 11 on Southwest, and then 10 on Delta.
And so, of course, we'll continue to monitor that throughout the morning. And another big concern we're tracking this morning is the potential for power outages.
In fact, some companies are urging people already to cut back on electricity usage because of high demand and tight supply. That warning comes from about a dozen electric cooperatives in central and southern Indiana, including Bartholomew, Johnson, Shelby, and Henry counties. These companies say if people voluntarily conserve their electricity now, we'll have fewer power outages.
So their advice is to turn off unnecessary lights, postpone using major appliances like dishwashers, clothes dryers, and to turn down your electric water heater settings, and also to keep your thermostat around 68 degrees or lower. So of course, we'll continue to monitor the storm's impact across country and right here at home.
You can stay updated anytime on WTHR Plus. It's where our weather team will be streaming all throughout the storm and all day tomorrow to keep you informed.